This morning, my morning inspiration I want to talk about is now is the time for urgency. And the reason why I say that is because we only have one life to live. And if we look at one life to live, then we have to look at we have to live every day as if it's our last day, and because one day it will be. And if you want to accomplish the things that you need to accomplish in life, you have to put some type of sense of urgency into it. And I have three different things I want to talk about this morning that I believe that we should put urgency into and do more of. And the first thing I want to talk about is prayer. Because I believe that we should pray more. Because the Bible says we should pray over everything and worry less. So I believe that when we pray and we thank God for all the things that we have in life, and He knows that we appreciate Him, and we have a sense of urgency with prayer. We wake up each and every morning and we pray and we thank God for allowing Him to open our eyes and to see another day. And that's a sense of urgency and knowing that you're thankful for what God has done for you. And that's why I believe that we should put more of a sense of urgency into our prayers, and we should pray more, and we should thank God more for all the many blessings that He has bestowed upon us down through the years, regardless to what our situation is within the present time. Because if we what we need to realize is that even in the midst of a storm, if you pray and ask God to clear that storm and bring the sunshine, then He's gonna do it. But in order for you to do those things, you have to have a more sense of an urgency to want to pray more, to want to thank God more. Because like me, my life, each and every morning I wake up, I pray and I ask God and I thank God, for all the many blessings that He has bestowed upon me down through life. And I pray for all the sick and shed in, for the healing and all the people that's going through certain things and all that. But I have learned through me doing that, my life has turned out better than it was before because I pray more than I used to pray. I turned up my prayer life. I put a sense of urgency onto it. So I'm just challenging you this morning. If you pray, then turn it up, turn up your prayer life, put a sense of urgency into it. Pray with more passion. Pray, as more as if it's coming from the heart. Search deep within and pray. And then another thing, like I said, that I believe that you should put more into is meditation. If you don't meditate, then I suggest you should, because when you meditate, it's like the clearing and the cleansing of your soul and your body, and now you're able to think better than you was before, and you're able to put more urgency into what you have going on in your daily life because you put more meditation into it. So I just, like I say, that's what I do. I get up every morning and I meditate. I take at least 15 minutes of my morning to do my meditation, and it like opens my mind and gives me a sense of urgency to want to strive more and do more within that day. So, I suggest to all the people out there, if you're not meditating and you're not praying, I suggest you try it and start, meditating and praying, praying and thanking God for everything that He's done in your life, because we have to realize God is the reason for the season. God is the reason that we woke up this morning to see another day. And for that in itself, we should be thankful, enough to want to give Him the praise to say, I thank you, God, for waking me up this morning. And then we should be thankful to give Him the praise that we have food on our table, that we have clothes on our back. So it's a lot of things to pray for each and every day and be thankful for. And I just feel like we should have more of a sense of urgency to want to pray more, and more of a sense of urgency to want to meditate more. Then, and like I said, if you don't pray, I suggest you start. And if you don't meditate, I suggest you start, because I can tell you right now, through me being putting a more of a sense of urgency within my prayer life and my meditating, it has developed me into a better person than I was when I wasn't, doing all those things as much as I do now. So it's just my suggestion to you, just try 'em. What do you have to lose? You have nothing to lose, but you have everything to gain. Because the way I look at it, anytime you thank God for the many blessings that He has bestowed upon you down through the years, now He can bless you with more, you know, if you thank Him for what He has already done. But if you're not thankful for what He has already done for you and you don't have a sense of urgency to thank Him, then you know I'm not saying He's not going to bless you anymore, but you won't receive as much of a blessing as everybody else that is praying and thanking and more appreciative of everybody, of the things that God has done in our life. So that's why, I feel like it's very important that, we should turn up our prayer life and we should pray more and put more of an urgency into our prayer life, and we should meditate more as well. And another thing, that I feel like is very, that we should put more of a sense of an urgency into is decision making. Because it says, why put off, for tomorrow what you can do today? Because just think back, how many times have you said in your lifetime, well, I'll do it tomorrow, and tomorrow was too late? Or how many times have you went to the store and you looked at something and you said, well, okay, I'm gonna come back and buy that tomorrow, and you went back and bought, and you went back for it tomorrow, and it was sold out. So this is what I'm saying to you. I believe that when you don't have an urgency in your decision making, procrastination is a dream killer. And you should have more urgency in your decision making, because you have to realize every decision that you make in life requires some type of urgency. Because if you really want that thing to happen that you're making that decision on, if you make it with a sense of urgency, now you are more susceptible to doing it and living up to that decision that you made, because you made it with a sense of urgency, more so than just saying, well, I'll wait until next week before I get this, or I'll wait until to 3 or 4 months from now before I sign up into this, because I just want to see how it's going to go. But my thing is, like I said, you need to put urgency within your decision making, because you don't know, how important it is to have urgency within your decision making, because you have to realize every decision that you make in life does not only affect you, it affects your family as well. So if you want your family to have a social well-being and live a nice life, is based upon your decisions that you make. And when you make those decisions, you should have a sense of urgency within making those decisions, and don't procrastinate. Because a lot of times, like I said, procrastination is a dream killer. And if you want something in life and you want to get to the next level in life, you have to have a sense of urgency within your decision making in order to get to that point in life. Because if you procrastinate and you put off, and then sooner or later you're going to keep procrastinating, and then you're just not going to do it because you have no sense of urgency in doing it. So therefore, it was not important to you. But what we have to realize, we have to put a sense of urgency in every decision that we make, because we have to realize we only have one life to live. And we have to live every day as if it was our last, because someday it will be. And you want to be able, to say, hey, I did everything that I wanted to do on this earth before I left off of this earth. I helped a lot of people change their lives. I helped a lot of people do things. I encouraged a lot of people to do things. But the only way you can do that is when you put a sense of urgency within your decision makings to do that and make those choices. So you just have to realize now is the time to be urgent, to have urgency in what you're doing in life, no matter what you're doing, no matter how big or how small the task is that you're doing, you always should have a sense of urgency in doing it and want to do it quick, and make a decision with a sense of urgency. Instead of just saying, well, I'll wait and I'll see how things gonna go. Because I've heard so many people say, well, you know what? I mean, I'm not gonna get into that right now. I'm just gonna wait and see how many people I know make money in it, And you know, but the thing is about it, you should not think like that. If it's a decision time, to make a decision is urgency. You should make every decision with urgency, and you should not say, well, I'll wait, because if you wait, then you might miss out on a lot of things that you could have had if you would have made a more urgency of a decision. And it's time to have urgency within the decision making that you make, because you have to realize it does not only affect you, it affects your family as well. So if you want to be able to make the decision that you need to make in order to be able to do the things that you need to do to provide for your family in the way that you know that they deserve to be provided for, you got to put more urgency in your decision making. You know, you got to really think hard about making urgency decisions, and also not only decisions with urgency, but you also have to make wise decisions as well. But you have to make them with urgency. You have to make you make the decision with urgency, and it has to be wise. Because the thing is, you know, you can make a decision with urgency, but if it's not a wise decision, then it may not give you what you're looking for. So that's why I say always do your research on every decision that you make in life and anything that you do, and don't never sell yourself short in life by not making an urgent decision when it's time for you to do it. Because a lot of people miss out on a lot of things in life because they have no urgency within their decision making. They like to procrastinate and wait and wait and wait. And like I said, procrastination is a dream killer. We all know when we procrastinate, what happens. Like I gave you an example, you went to the store and you said you'll buy it tomorrow. But when you went back tomorrow, it was all sold out. So you didn't have a sense of urgency on getting whatever that was that you wanted, and you didn't make that decision with the sense of urgency, so you didn't get it. And then by the same token, you know, you may be offered something in life, and then you say, well, you know what, I'm gonna just wait on that. I don't think now is the right time. No time is the right time. That's what you have to realize. Sometimes you have to make times right. You know, you cannot say that some time is not the right time when somebody is bringing something to you that can benefit you and your family in a major way. There's always a right time to make a decision, but nobody knows when the right time is to make the decision or the wrong time. But if you make that decision with a sense of urgency, now you have made that decision, whether it was the right time or the wrong time, but you made that decision with urgency. So whatever that decision was that you made, you're going to do accordingly to what you have to do to be successful within making that decision you made, because you made it with a sense of urgency. If you make a decision with a sense of procrastination, you're not going to do nothing with that decision. That's just the bottom line, because you procrastinated before you made the decision, and now you finally came around to making the decision. So you didn't have a sense of urgency in making the decision from the beginning. So therefore, you're not going to do nothing with that decision. So what I'm trying to get you to see this morning is that put a sense of urgency in your decision, so you will work hard to achieve whatever it is you're trying to do within that decision making. You know, because like I said, I don't know where you want to be in life, and I don't know where you want to go in life. Only you know that. But I'm just telling you, if you want to get there, you got to start making decisions with a sense of urgency and not procrastination. Because if you don't, then you're not going to get to the point in life to where you want to be. Something is going to always be holding you back because you didn't have a sense of urgency when you was making that decision. And like I said, now is the time to have urgency within your, decision making. So you want to know that it's time to put urgency into it, and be serious about your decision makings that you make, and make wise decisions. Don't just make a decision based upon what somebody else told you. Make a decision based upon what you know, because somebody could tell you anything and you make a decision based upon that, and it may not be the right decision. But if you make a decision based upon what you know and the research that you have done on whatever particular thing that you're trying to go into or trying to do, then now it's you making the decision with a sense of urgency, and it's not nobody else making the decision for you. But like I said, you just have to make the decision with a sense of urgency. And when you make decisions with a sense of urgency, they tend to work out more because now you're more into doing whatever it was you made the decision to do. But if you make the decision with procrastination, then you're just going to make the decision and then you're not going to do nothing with it. But you don't want to do that, because when you make a decision with procrastination, you hold your life back from moving on to that next destination because you're procrastinating. You're becoming a dream killer. You're killing your dreams instead of living your dreams and then visualizing your dreams to come to reality. That because you made that decision with procrastination. But always make a decision with a sense of urgency. And when you make the decision with the sense of urgency, now you can get to that next level in life because you want to go there. You know, when you procrastinate on something, you're not really sure if you want that or not. You know, if you want that lifestyle of fun, freedom, and fulfillment, make that decision with urgency, and then you will do all the necessary things that it takes to get it. But if you want that lifestyle of fun, freedom, and fulfillment, and you say, well, you know what, I'm working right now and my job's paying me pretty good. You know, I just don't know. I'm just going to wait before I make that decision. And now you have procrastinated on making that decision. And 9 times out of 10, if you do make the decision, you won't do nothing with it. Or you just might not even decide to make the decision at all, because you probably talk yourself out of it because you are comfortable with where you are. But let me tell you this right now. Don't get comfortable with where you are, and always realize that you can move farther ahead of where you are today. No matter what you're doing, no matter how much money you're making, just know that there's always a way for you to make more than what you're making right now. And if you're working a 9 to 5 and you've gotten comfortable with that 9 to 5 and you think nothing's going to happen with that 9 to 5, you need to start thinking with your subconscious mind and say, well, you know what? What if something happens and I have no backup plan? What am I going to do? That's the reason why I say it's a seriousness in you thinking of making a decision with urgency to do something other than what you're doing, just one strand of income, to create a second strand just in case what you're doing quits you. Now you have what you call a safety net. That's making a decision with a sense of urgency because you're preparing yourself for the worst if it happens. And I can tell you right now, with everything that's going on around the world today, with this economic crisis, the time is now for you to make urgency decisions. You make decisions with urgency as if it was your last day on earth that you're living. That's the way you got to make those decisions. Because like I said, we're not a cat. We don't have 9 lives. We can't die and come back. You know what I'm saying? We have only one life to live. And that one life that we live, we should live it to the fullest. And that's why I say we should make decisions with urgency, and we should also make wise decisions. And we should never allow someone to talk us out of making a decision with urgency based upon what they think. Because the thing is about it, if you buy someone's opinion, you buy their lifestyle. Buy your own lifestyle. Create your own lifestyle. Create your own blueprint. Turn the pages in your own book. Don't let nobody else rule your life. If you're out there right now and you're working a 9 to 5 and you're tired of working a 9 to 5, find something to do to make a decision with some urgency. And then, you know, you can do what you need to do in order to get to the point in life where you need to be, if that makes any sense. But the first thing that you got to do is make a decision with urgency. Because if you don't learn how to make decisions with urgency, then I can tell you right now, you're going to miss out on a lot in life that you didn't get because you never decided to make this decision with urgency. Because you never know when someone is trying to offer you something or trying to show you something, and you just say, "Well, no, I don't want to take a look. I don't think it'll be good for me." How do you know it's not going to be good for you if you never took a look at it? And it could have been the best thing that ever happened to you in your life and your family, and you and your family could live a lifestyle beyond measures, beyond means, but you had no sense of urgency to make that decision to take a look. Just think about that. Think about all the things that people miss out on because they have no sense of urgency to take a look at something. They have no sense of urgency to do something different in making a decision. So they stay where they're at, and then they believe they can't get nowhere else. And then when something comes along that gives them an opportunity to go somewhere else, they don't make that decision with urgency. They'll be willing to do it or want to do it, but then they'll say, "Well, you know what? I mean, I'm just going to wait. I don't even think this is the right time." No time is the right time. You know, that's what you have to realize. There's never going to be a right time for anything. You just got to make it the right time. You just got to make it the right time with that sense of urgency of you making that decision. And that's what makes it the right time. You know, and like I said, do things with a sense of urgency. When you make your decisions, make them with a sense of urgency. And if you make your decisions with a sense of urgency, now you will see the things change in your life. You will see your life manifest into a better life than what you have right now going on. But you cannot create a better lifestyle than what you have right now if you don't learn how to make decisions with a sense of urgency, as if this is your last day on earth that you will have to make that decision. Because, like I said, we live our lives just living instead of enjoying our life. We settle. You know, we say, "Well, you know what? I've been doing this for 20 years. I don't know how to do nothing else." But have you ever tried? Have you ever tried to make a decision with urgency to do something else? Or did you just tell yourself in your mind that this is all you can do? You probably did, but I'm here to tell you right now, you can be and you can achieve whatever you want to, but you just have to learn how to make those decisions with a sense of urgency so you can achieve those things. Because if you make a decision with a sense of urgency, whatever it is that decision you made, you're going to drive and strive hard to be successful in doing whatever it was that you made that decision to do. But if you make that decision with the state of procrastination, then you may make the decision eventually, or you may not, because you don't believe in yourself that you can do whatever it is that you want to make the decision on. But like I said, I challenge you today to make decisions with urgency and wise. And then the last thing I'm going to talk about this morning is wealth, building wealth. You know, now is the time that we should have a sense of urgency to be thinking about building some type of wealth in our life outside of a 9 to 5. Because I can tell you right now, a 9 to 5 is not building wealth. A 9 to 5 is a job. And when you retire from that 9 to 5, you're working the 40 hours, the 40-hour plan to retire with 40% of your pay. And that's it. And then what are you going to do? When you don't have enough money to pay your bills after you retire, what are you going to do? Go back to work. Does it make any sense to retire to go back to work? And I see a lot of people doing that because they have no sense of urgency of building wealth. They don't even believe that they can build wealth. But I'm going to tell you right now, self-education is the most important thing in your life that you need to learn. Because once you learn to self-educate yourself, you think above and beyond and broad of the normal thinking. You know, your conscious mind is the normal thinking. Your subconscious mind is the broad and beyond the normal thinking. And when you start to self-educate yourself, now you are able to think above and beyond. And now when somebody offers you an opportunity to where you can build wealth, now you're more open and accessible to give it a try. So my challenge is to you, don't be so quick to say no to something you don't understand, or don't be so quick not to take a look at something that you don't even really know what it's about, because you never know what you're missing out on by you making a decision based upon what you think it is. Don't never make a decision based upon what you think something is until you take a look at it. That's just my advice to you. Because, and I can tell you the reason why I give you that advice is because a lot of people don't get to where they want to be in life. They say they want a better lifestyle, but when someone offers them an opportunity to where they can build wealth, they tell them no based upon what they think about the particular situation. But have you ever got rich by thinking you could get rich? No, you haven't. You got rich by knowing you could get rich. So how can you know that something won't work for you if you've never tried it? How can you know that you don't want to do something if you never take a look at it? So I'm just saying to you this morning, if you want to build wealth and you want to get to that next level in life to where you can live a lifestyle of fun, freedom, and fulfillment, be more susceptible to have a sense of urgency when it comes to building wealth. And when someone offers you an opportunity to where you can build wealth, even if you don't understand it, if you just see a way out, like me, when I started my career in the network marketing industry, I didn't understand it. I had never heard of it, but I knew that I knew of a bunch of people that had been successful in doing it. So therefore, I knew that it was doable. But I knew the only way that it could be doable for me was that I had to do it with a sense of urgency. I had to make a urgency decision, and I had to make a wise decision. But I'm not saying every decision that I made in the network marketing industry throughout my career was wise. I'm not saying that, because we all make decisions that's not wise. We all make mistakes because we're not perfect. But I'm just saying, at that point in time, when I made that decision to have a career in the network marketing industry, I knew myself that it was a wise decision for me. Regardless to how things turned out, I knew that I was making a wise decision, and I was making it with a sense of urgency so I could build wealth, so I could live a lifestyle of fun, freedom, and fulfillment, and my family could too as well. And to make a long story short, years later, here I am living that lifestyle. But rewind back. Say if when they brought me that opportunity, I would have said, well, you know what? I'm working a 9-to-5. I'm making good money. I'm doing great. I really don't need that. No, I don't think I want to take a look at that. I would have been still working a 9-to-5, thinking I'm doing great, trading time for dollars, and getting close to that 40-40 plan to where you work a 40 hours, you get a 40-hour paycheck to retire with 40% of my pay. And then I would have got my retirement. And then 9 times out of 10, after I retired, I would end up being that old greeter at Walmart so I could pay my bills. All because I was unwilling to take a look at something that could lead me to building wealth, because my mind was so set on working this 9-to-5 because I was making money, I was comfortable with it, and it was working. And I was not willing to make a decision with urgency and take a risk. You see where I'm getting at this? So I'm just trying to enlighten people, to let people know you miss out on a lot of things in life by not even giving it a shot, by not even taking a look at it, because you don't know what it is until you look at it. Like they say, don't judge a book by its cover until you've read through the pages. Don't judge an opportunity by something that someone else says that had never done it. Don't judge an opportunity by what you think it is if you had never taken a look at it. That's just some advice I have to you because because I want you to be successful in life. I want you to get to the point to where you want to be successful in life, to where you can build that generational wealth and you can pass it down and you can live the lifestyle that you deserve. Because I can tell you right now, nobody deserves to work a 9 to 5 until they're 65 and retire. You don't deserve that. You deserve better. You deserve more. But you just got to make decisions with a sense of urgency. And you just got to make decisions with a sense of urgency when it comes to building wealth. And you just got to always think with an open mindset and don't allow what other people tell you about certain things for you to believe in them. Look at it for yourself. And then if you take a look at it for yourself and you realize that it's not for you, then it's not for you. But don't never judge something if you have never taken a look at it. Never say you don't want to do something if you've never tried. Never say you don't want to invest in yourself if you've never given it a shot to invest in yourself. Always be willing to take a chance because you take chances each and every day. Think about it. When you get in your car and you go to work and you're driving on the highway, you're taking a chance. You got to drive safe. You could drive as safe as you possibly could, but there is a chance that you could have an accident, right or wrong. Take a chance each and every day. Now, when you get to work, you can work as safe as you possibly want to, but there is a chance that you could get hurt, right or wrong. So why not take a chance on your life to where you can live a better lifestyle than what you're living right now, if that's what you want, because you gotta want it. You gotta tell yourself, you gotta ask yourself, how bad do I want it? How bad do I want to get away from working this 9 to 5? I can tell you right now, I wanted to get away from working the 9 to 5 so bad that I worked so hard and I eventually got there. You can get there too. You are just as smart as I am. I'm not smarter than you. You just got to use what you got. God gave us all 5 senses. We just got to use them to the best of our ability. And if we use those 5 senses to the best of our ability, we can be who we want to be. But just always remember, there's a sense of urgency in you doing what you need to do. And like I said, I'll go back over them. There's a sense of urgency when you pray. You got to pray with more urgency. You got to do it more. You got to have more urgency to pray. There's a sense of urgency in meditation. You got to learn how to meditate and manifest things if you don't know how. There's a sense of urgency in decision making. You got to make a decision with urgency in order to get what you want out of it. And there's a sense of urgency in building wealth. So you just got to know what within those 4 things, just have a sense of urgency within it. And if you have a sense of urgency within those 4 things, I guarantee you your lifestyle will change and you will make better decisions in life and you will make more decisions with a sense of urgency, and you'll start to see yourself living a different lifestyle than the one that you're living right now. Because I hear a lot of people say, man, I'm tired of working. But what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing to set the pace, to put together a schedule and a plan to where you can stop working? Are you taking a look at things that you can invest in that could possibly get you away from working? Or are you just sitting up there saying what you're tired of doing and not doing nothing about it? That's what you have to think about. If you want to get to the next level in your life, it's up to you. But you got to have a sense of urgency in doing it. You got to do it as if it's urgent that you get to that next level. You got to want success as bad as you can breathe. As bad as you want to breathe. And you want to breathe each and every day because that's what gives you life. You got to want success like you're hungry for it. That's a sense of urgency. Being hungry for something is a sense of urgency. So if you want to get to the next level in your life and you want to be able to become that person that you know that you deserve to be and live the lifestyle that you want to live, Another blessing handed you. But if you and live the lifestyle that you want to live and you know that you deserve to live, then you have to put that sense of urgency within what you do, no matter what it is, but you got to do it with urgency. Decision making, you got to do it with urgency. Stepping into a journey of building wealth, you got to do it with urgency. But like I said, you hold the key to your own success. So my question is to you, are you going to unlock the door or are you going to keep looking through the peephole? That's just my question to you. If you want to be successful, I suggest you start unlocking some of them doors and walking through them because they're staring you right in the face. Your reality is staring you right in the face, and you got to realize that, and you need to do something about it so you can live a better lifestyle if that's what you chose to do, because you don't have to settle. You don't have to settle at nothing you do. You do not have to settle. You chose to settle. Everybody that's where they are today is comfortable with where they are today because that's where they chose to be. It's not that they cannot go no further. They chose not to. But my advice to you this morning that I'm saying to you, push harder. Do things with a sense of urgency so you can get to that next level, so you can live that life that you deserve. Because like I said, we were not put on this earth to struggle. So why are we struggling? Why are we settling? Do things with a sense of urgency and you'll see how much your life changed, and you'll see how much better your life will be and how much happier you will be and your family will be, and your kids will be. I hear people all the time say, man, I wish I could spend more time with my kids. If you want to spend more time with your kids, do something about it. Do things with a sense of urgency. And when somebody offers you something to take a look at something, take a look at it and don't prejudge it. What you got to lose? If you look at it, you don't like it, you don't like it, but you might love it. And it might be just that fit for you that you've been waiting for all your life. But if you got a closed mindset and say, no, I'm not going to do it. I've heard so many bad things about the network marketing industry. But you can't go by what you hear. You don't go by what you hear, you go by what you know. I'll say that again. You do not go by what you hear, you go by what you know. And the only way you can go by what you know is you self-educate yourself on situations, on things. Do things with a sense of urgency. In everything you do in life, do it with a sense of urgency. And I guarantee you, you will see your life change right in front of your very own eyes. Now, once again, I thank each and every one of you all for stopping by my morning inspiration this morning. And I just appreciate each and every one of you all for your support, for you listening to what I have to say. And I just pray and I hope that the words that I say, by me being your messenger sent by God, is giving you inspiration to allow you to have a better day than what you have each and every day, giving you more encouragement and making you think more about your life and your life situation, because I'm here to help you and encourage you to do better, because I want you to have what you deserve in life, but you got to know what it is and go for it. You got to know what you want and go for it. If financial freedom is what you want in life, go for it. Invest in something else to create a second stream of income and you'll get it. I guarantee you. I did it and I got it. And like I said, I'm not the smartest person on earth. I just self-educated myself to be able to be as smart to do what I do in order to be successful. And you can do the same thing too. But like I said, thank you again. And I just want you to like, comment, and share on this video. And the thing is, if you're going to work this morning, drive safe. Once you get to work, work safe. If you're working from home, work with a sense of urgency from home. Work with a sense of urgency at work. Just know that the importance of doing things with urgency is now. It's now urgency for you to do things. Have a sense of urgency of doing things in your life and you'll see how much your life will change. But that's up to you to put that sense of urgency in your life. So once again, thank each and every one of you all. My name is Greg Young, coming to you live from Davenport, Florida. One more time with the morning inspiration. And let me tell you right now, if you cannot, don't miss a morning inspiration. Because I'm telling you, each and every morning, I got a word for you, and I guarantee it's going to help you throughout your daily lifestyle and help you make more better decisions and more decisions with urgency. And it's just going to bless your life. So once again, thank each and every one of you all. I love you. God loves you too. And goodbye, and have a blessed day.